is the story of the people helping people all throughout this land of ours, because that's what we're all about. This is the story. This is the story of the people helping people all throughout this land of ours, because that's what we're all about. This is the story.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Powered by Volunteers. We have the incomparable and awesome Jacqueline Westman with us. Jacqueline, how's it going?
It's going. Thank you, y'all. So good to see you. Some smiling faces.
We're all getting together for a good cause, and trying to rally troops around Joe Biden. So you've got a lot of stuff going on, but really, where did you get started? How did you get started and involved with all of this volunteering that you do?
Oh, right. Well, it's been, I feel like the past few years definitely has been one roller coaster ride. Being involved with Beto was since the Senate race, and out here in California, it was really amazing to see how many people were, posting phone banks on their own and really, doing what they could for the Senate race. During the Senate, or towards the election weekend, I ended up flying out to El Paso to talk some folks out. And even though we didn't win, I feel deep in my heart, and obviously we all know that we made a huge impact, and 2.6% is just it is now going to help us win in November. So yeah, that's pretty much since the Senate, and then jumped in at the presidential race when he last year, which is crazy. It's been like almost a year.
It's been a little bit over a year. It's this week alone has been a long year, but this whole last year has been a lot.
Right.
And Chris, Jacqueline, my memory of you during the presidential race is that you were literally everywhere, like everywhere. I mean, how many states did you go to total?
7 states, and at the time, I was working independently, and so literally I was just like, well, there's no point in paying monthly rent right now. Like, let's just pack it all up and then travel. I was traveling a lot for work, which was great because I was able to spend like a lot of time in Iowa, from Minnesota, and I went to states like Alabama that was so dear to my heart, and Nevada. I don't even know where else I went, but yeah, 7 states. So
that's it.
Nice. Well, I mean, it was fun traveling with you too, and getting to know like everything that you're not just that you're into, but it seems like you start and you venture like every week, every 2 weeks at least.
Yeah, Beto Days can't keep up.
It's really incredible, Jacqueline. I know I've told you so many times, I'm just like always inspired by everything you're doing, whether it's, from Beto's campaigns to Powered by People to the PPE Act initiative that you did. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
About Project PPE, or sorry, you cut out.
Yeah, Project PPE.
Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Being in the fashion industry, and being, isolated after February, after the Nevada caucus, that's when COVID really just hit. And I felt like I had to help and contribute in some way. And working closely with Deb Jeet, who we all know is just an incredible human being, really helped kind of inspire, he had been saying in January that PPE shortage was going to be completely gone. And listening to that, you're like, how? Like, there's no way. And sure enough, it just happened in front of our eyes, and it's still happening now. And we quickly, it was just a quick phone call with some of my close friends. And, the next day we talked about what we were going to do. And then the next day, I was down in downtown LA at the factories, working on hospital gowns and face masks. So we raised $29,000, which was incredible. We produced 20,000 face masks, reusable face masks, and 2,000 protective gowns that were donated across the country in communities that are very often left behind. The Navajo Nation, we recently donated to some of the border facilities down, border camps down like in Brownsville that are housing like, the camps from Matamoros, and then in Arizona where the whole Sonora, like Sonoras immigrants are too. So, those things you don't really realize, and you think that the government is, they should be protecting, these nurses or doctors, and it's not. So they're not, and it's super tragic. And right now, trying just to figure out like what is next with Project PPE, but because it's such a demand, it's very hard to also now keep up with these brands who are, really increasing price. And unfortunately, it's a small business. It's hard to keep up. So, but very proud and grateful for, that opportunity that everyone came together to help donate, and, being connected with so many people throughout the country.
I think it goes
for sure.
without saying that the work that you did with Project PPE has made a massive impact throughout the country. You guys, I mean, by the time you were interviewed on Looking Ahead to Beto Days, you guys were at what, like $20,000, some huge astronomical numbers. So, I mean, you should be and all of you should be very, very proud of the work that you did. Because I can tell you that just personally, that I'm inspired by the work that you do. And every time you come up with a new initiative, I'm like, shit, I need to find something else. I got to keep up. Jacqueline is a good motivator.
Oh, thank you.
Which brings us to your next initiative, I guess.
Yeah.
Nope, go ahead, Lisa. My bad.
Well, no, I was just going to say too, though, I mean, she was one of the first to do that before all these other big companies were really doing it, which was really incredible. And Jacqueline's just one of those people that you can continually say, I knew her when. I mean, that's almost like a daily thing. She's always doing something kind of first with all of this. And when she does projects like that, I think a lot of the bigger companies kind of go for bigger places, that sort of thing. She was kind enough to send me masks in a small town here in Texas, and being able to deliver her product to a small rural hospital that no one had thought about. They just kind of get forgotten. And they were so appreciative of Project PPE. I mean, because no one ever thinks about the smaller hospitals that are being inundated with patients. And we're so proud of you. I mean,
incredibly proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like you're such a great embodiment of that idea of leaving no one behind. And in the same way that Beto kind of stepped up to run for Senate because there was a need, I feel like you're very similar in that ethos. Like you saw a need, so you just stepped up to fill it. And you did this again and again and again throughout the presidential race. And then with this, and now, of course, there must have been some need that you saw for your next venture. And I think that's what we're going to talk about next, is what was the need that you saw, and how did My Voice, My Power come about in terms of like filling it,
Yeah. So My Voice, My Power, actually, I had launched it last year during Beto's presidential run. I used to live across from the Staples Center. So like every night I would see all these concerts, and like, especially like the younger kids. And I had a couple of community meetups where we went and tried to register teenagers to vote, and they did not care to see me. They took all our stickers, but that was fine. And I think we only registered like 7 people to vote, and pre-registered because here in California, you can pre-register at age of 16. And then unfortunately, like things got really busy, so I had to put it on hold. But then, now during COVID and us just being quarantined, I and meeting so many incredible youth advocates within the Beto family, and just in general for other campaigns. I really was like, okay, we got to bring this this initiative back. So My Voice, My Power, you know, officially, I guess, launched 2 months ago, and it's a youth-led grassroots organization that's mobilizing throughout our communities and across country. We have our average volunteers age ranges are 14 through 35. So it's really bringing together the Gen Z and millennials, you know, to encourage others and register to get out and vote. This year, we all know, is one of, you know, it's such a pivotal moment of our lifetime. And just knowing, you know, those who, the high school students or college students who unfortunately, we missed those opportunities of registering those kids to vote because we weren't, you know, didn't have tables at lunchtime or, you know, during class periods because school was out. So it's kind of like, how else can we reach out to people? And it's by social media, and we're across TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And then also we have a Postcards to Voter campaign, which every Wednesday we're meeting and writing postcards to either help register people to vote and or help support specific candidates across the country who are running.
Oh, that's incredible. And so how do you choose the candidates that you decide to write postcards for? Or how do they come to the picture?
Yeah, so what's really exciting now is some of our youth, you know, volunteers and leads. It's been really inspiring to see them fully now engaged with, you know, within the political world and voicing and using their voice, you know, because your voice is your power. And a lot of them, you know, have reached out to certain candidates because we've been inspired by them. So it's been a group of, you know, basically like this past week, we just wrote for Julie Oliver in Austin, who's running in Austin for Congress. And we've all admired her for so long. Last week, we wrote for Todd Rowley, who is running for Congress in Pennsylvania, and Emily Mountain, who's one of our volunteer leads, you know, reached out, and she was like, I live in this district that's very red, and I really, you know, she cares, and just reached out to him. So it's really who we're inspired by. And so, yeah, it's just a simple reach, you know, a quick email or DM, and these candidates are responding and they're joining our Zooms. And it's been really, really amazing to have them spend time with us and be able to ask, you know, we're able to ask them questions, and, you know, they're just there listening to us, laughing and giggling and, you know, listening to music.
Well, I do want to throw one thing in there. This is a very, very inclusive organization. My own 19-year-old son, who is has many special needs, joined his very first ever political event, and it was with MVMP, and he wrote postcards a couple of weeks ago and had the time of his life. Just, you know, he is on the spectrum, and he was very concerned at first, you know, well, maybe they can't read my writing, or, you know, what if somebody makes fun of me or something? And I told him that just isn't going to happen, and your writing is fine. And the group of youth advocates that were online with him couldn't have been more kind and more inclusive. He just had the time. He now has a Switch partner to play Mario Kart with, and so proud of the postcards that he wrote. They got mailed out, and yeah, I just can't thank Jacqueline and MVMP enough for that. You know, so yeah, sign up. You know, do you want to put the links out there, Jacqueline?
Yes, I definitely will. Yeah, Christopher did such a great job, and I know the folks in Massachusetts who get his postcards are going to love that. We also have this, our youngest volunteer is 5 years old, and her name is Tuesday, and she lives in Los Angeles, but she begged her mom to join because she wants to write postcards with us. And it's, she realizes at the age of 5 that something is not, that there's issues and that, things are not okay. And that just like warms our heart when she joins.
That's so cute.
I can't tell you as much how inspiring it is to me as a parent. I'm going to kind of echo what Lisa was saying for those of you who were, I guess, could see my screen. My son, who's almost 2, came in and wanted to be involved in everything. So what you're doing now is you're setting you can bring him back. You're setting a foundation for somebody that's small. Come here, Bodhi. Never mind. He found tiny books.
Bodhi's first.
Well, we can put him on it. Can you hand him over here real quick?
He's the most embarrassed, actually.
Nice prep. Hi, Bodhi. Hey, bye.
Say hi, Bodhi. Hi.
Hey.
Can you say Biden?
Hi, Bodhi.
Biden.
Hi.
And that's why this is so important to me, because when he's of age, I'm going to want him involved in these. I know he's trying to scare me with his tongue, because that's the thing we do. But it's important for me, for him to have something that he can look. Thanks, buddy. Yes, those are records and pictures. Go destroy something elsewhere. But it's important for me to have something for him that he can go to when he's older, when he wants to get involved. And what you do is so important for young people. And even as a teacher, it's important for those kids as well. And I probably send a million texts to these in My Voice, My Power kids are on it. They're awesome. They're fantastic. Look at what they're doing. I'm so proud of every single person involved in your organization. And that's coming from, I'm a teacher. Like, it's nice to see young people get involved, and I'm very proud of all of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's really amazing to see, even from when we started to now, just the confidence that is flourishing within everyone too. And it makes me proud, especially like our 12 and 14-year-olds, and we're learning so much. And I think the most important thing too is that we are, empowering, and we build each other up. And so that is positive. Like, at the end of the day, with all that's happening in our world and our country, uplifting and encouraging one another and being kind is, extremely important, and goes a very long way.
Absolutely. And I did notice that you said 35 was like the oldest, which means I'm still available for My Voice, My Power. I am only 34. I know Ryan's going to be super jealous, but any kind of help you need.
Yes, no, that's the average, but we of course have been having a lot of, wide range. It's open to anyone who wants to join us on Wednesday nights, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just going to take any opportunity I can to stick it to Ryan, because I know he's sitting there watching. Thank you so much for joining us and being here and doing everything that you do.
Thank you, Chris and Lisa and Ryan and Tara.
Bye, Jacqueline. Thank you so much. That is a wrap. That is Powered by Volunteers. Thank you so much.
That was a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah, that was.
And, you know what? No, we need to edit this. Hold on. We need to add something to this. Did we go into detail about the 100-day kickoff tomorrow?
Oh, no, that's right. We've got to do that.
No, we completely forgot. We got so wrapped up
Tara,
in how
ask
awesome.
her about that.
Okay. All right, Jacqueline, this is 100 days out from the election, and you guys at My Voice, My Power, you've got something going on this weekend. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yes. So tomorrow marks 100 days to the countdown of November 3rd. So My Voice, My Power is partnering with Powered by Youth, which is a new student-led wing of Powered by People, and also the Envoys for Humanity. So we are going to have a virtual voter contact event that starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. We have a very jam-packed, but also very exciting lineup of incredible guest speakers from Dr. Liz Markowitz from down in Katy, Texas, Sri, Preston Kulkarni. We've got Marcel, Rhonda Hart, and a few other surprises. And then we'll be listening to some incredible live youth artists, whether they're going to be singing or performing, monologue, poetry. We have a little bit of some drag and a few other surprises in store. So it's going to be really fun. And the best part is that we're all coming together for a night to also write postcards to the battleground state of Texas. So please join us. It's going to be an hour and a half and family friendly event. And yep, we're excited. So hi, Sierra.
Where can everyone join up?
Yeah, so it is powered by people on Beto's. Or let me just, I'm going to throw on the chat. If you go to myvoicemypower.co, the event link is available. Also, if you go to any of our Instagram or our Instagram account at myvoicemypower or our Twitter at myvoice_mypower, the sign up link is in the bio. Thank you, Stacey.
Perfect.
Good job, Stacey.
Awesome. That's just
Perfect.
an incredible initiative. And I'm going to go ahead and throw out, because I see I see you holding up signs. Make sure you're donating to at joebiden.com. I think it was Carrie who held up the sign. Thanks for the reminder.
Sorry, and Jess.
All right. Okay. And that is Powered by Volunteers, our first panel interview. Thank you very much, Jacqueline Westman, for being with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Good luck tomorrow. We're wishing you and My Voice, My Power every best thought, best wish, best of going forward. We know this is going to be a huge success.